In the early 2000s, the Texas Juvenile Justice Department spent years embroiled in multiple reports of rape, unsanitary conditions, and abuse. Tonight, KITV's Sarah Navoy investigates the progress and the remaining issues.
All right, guys, let's move up.
For teens in trouble, this is the end of the line.
Come on, get your tray.
Getting state school, one of 6 like it in Texas, where young boys in uniform walk single file. John Schroyer often walks with them as a youth rights specialist.
I'm on campus with them all the time.
He listens to complaints, concerns.
I keep the youth advised of all their basic rights.
And prompts investigations if needed. We found since 2013 in Texas, there have been more than 4,000 reports of abuse and neglect in both county and state juvenile facilities. Out of those, about a third were confirmed. Most involve restraint or use of force, but some are more serious, including about a dozen confirmed cases of sexual abuse in 2015 alone.
They have the grievances that they can write on paper.
Schroyer says there are a number of ways to make a complaint: a hotline, a trusted adult, or a letter.
And this is what I received this week.
Attorney Elizabeth Henneke works to help troubled youth in Austin and says some letters include horror stories from parents.
You can just imagine the incredible amount of pain that gives you as a parent to not be able to protect your kid.
She says the letters often come from people who feel like no one is listening.
That means the kids are reporting, but no one's following up. And you can imagine how devastating that would be if you report something and then no one comes.
Henneke believes there would be more reports, but fear of retaliation and lack of external oversight keep mouths shut.
Treatment and rehabilitation is not going to occur unless kids feel safe.
Juvenile Justice Department Executive Director David Riley says he urges both youth and staff to over-report issues.
We have a lot of kids. It does happen from time to time, and so the job for us is to just keep that to an absolute minimum and to respond appropriately when it happens.
About half of the employees involved were terminated or resigned. The other half given probation ranging from 3 months to a year.
If there is an incident within these concrete walls, the best concrete evidence is right above us. Surveillance cameras in nearly every square inch of this facility.
95 at your back door.
But Schroyer and Riley both agree there are blind spots.
Can more be done?
Sure. I mean, I'd like to have more staff. I would like to have that model where there's never anybody in a facility that somebody doesn't have some visual contact with.
Riley points to high turnover of staff and lack of funding as issues within the department. Still, Riley believes this juvenile justice system isn't the same as the one in 2007 and 8. He says new legislation regarding reporting and reduced prison population have made a big difference.
We need to know that individuals are not going to come back into our communities angry, distraught, traumatized by what has happened to them, because that makes all of us unsafe.
Since the last legislative session, lawmakers have made room in the budget for one independent investigator to provide oversight. It is a step forward, but critics say that investigator needs more staff and more money to really make a difference. Reporting, Sarah Navoy, KITV News.